A new survey shows farmers are feeling less optimistic about the ag industry. The monthly survey from Purdue University found farmer sentiment has hit its lowest level in 2 years. Researchers say farmers remain worried about their financial futures as the trade war with China goes on, and now the risk of low yields because of recent flooding. Farmers aren't just facing a financial crisis, but a mental health one as well. Groups like Farm Aid and the Wisconsin Farm Center report significant increases in the number of farmers who are asking for psychological help. Our correspondent, Jess Gomez, shows us how one small farm town in Wisconsin is responding.
I've always loved the farm. We milked between 50 and 60 cows, raised our family, had lots of neighborhood parties, and people always like to come to our place, and so it's been a good life.
Winter slowly giving way to spring on the Stotts family farm in Loganville, Wisconsin. For Brenda Stotts, it's the first spring in 35 years without her husband.
You could just tell he was more uneasy, with what things were going on.
Leon had a history of depression. It resurfaced last winter when the family sold its dairy cows.
To me, it's sad because this was what I lived.
But after years of low milk prices and rising costs of equipment and repairs, the numbers just didn't make sense anymore. 3 generations of dairy farming came to an end.
This is ours, right here.
The couple, with help from their 2 sons, started transitioning to beef and grain farming. But Leon struggled with the change.
He didn't want to go places where normally he was very outgoing. He didn't like to have friends over anymore. Didn't seem to eat as much.
Despite months of treatment, Leon's 3rd suicide attempt was successful.
It's like when you see your child struggling and they can't help themselves. That's what he was. He fought it hard, though. Give me a minute.
Leon's suicide rocking the small city of Loganville.
Most of the barns are deteriorated now, and each one of them had cows in them.
Leon's friend Dale Meyer had been taking him to treatment in Madison.
Thought he was doing better. What could have I done? What could have I said?
5 months later, Meyer is doing a lot, organizing monthly meetings for farm families in the basement of a local church.
So we staff crisis 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The idea to connect farmers to nearby mental health care resources, financial help, and suicide prevention training.
If we can keep people alive and help them find options.
I struggled bad. I don't want to start crying again. But
Conversations that were once only behind closed doors.
Farmers were very private people in a way you didn't, and as I grew up in earlier generations, they didn't talk about anything like this.
In the past, we have not talked. We're talking better now.
In Iowa, talking to farmers is what Dr. Mike Roseman does every day. He's one of only a handful of psychologists in the country specializing in agriculture.
We need to understand what motivates farmers and why do farmers have such a strong inclination to take out their failures on themselves, even though they can't control most of the factors that impact farming.
Roseman says the current economic strain, coupled with a lack of adequate mental health care in rural areas, is creating a crisis not seen since the 1980s. The scars of farm life no longer just physical.
I refused to let my boy farm. I said it just was too hard on me, and I said, I don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Roseman says what's happening in places like Loganville, a small town with a big heart, is a step in the right direction. For the Stotts family, there's comfort in knowing Leon's death could help save a life.
People have contacted me and they said they're so thankful because we don't know what to do.
As for the family's dairy barn, it hasn't been touched since the day the cows left, just in case the next generation picks up where Leon left off.
This is the family farm. It's Stotts Family Farm. And that's what Leon always said. It was never about just him, it's the family. And we just keep going.
In Loganville, Wisconsin, for Matter of Fact, I'm Jessica Gomez.
Republican Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa and Senator Tammy Baldwin, a Wisconsin Democrat, pushed for mental health provisions to be included in the 2018 Farm Bill, which passed in December. The bill allocated $50 million over 5 years for mental health resources, but local communities say much of that money has yet to make its way to rural farmers.